Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Season 2 of Architect SMP. I'm gonna try and upload a pretty regular schedule here on the server and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So as you can see, I'm in a new outfit as well, and that's because I'm gonna be a Glowberry Farmer. And I was kinda inspired by last season's BOO in terms of how he kinda made a little village, and I'm gonna try and replicate that as best as I can. So I just want to emphasize that the way I'm gonna build it is kind of like a vineyard with the glowberries, and I'm really forward to seeing these guys like stretch all the way around the buildings. It's gonna look amazing. But as you can see, we also have some other crops. We have some other stuff going on, and I'm already kinda well into the season already. So it's been about 3 days since the start of the season, and I want to show you some of the first things that we did as a group on the server, because we're actually supposed to play with a voice proximity mod, but it's not really working right now. So we have to wait till they fix the issues that we have with that, and it may take some time. So that's why we won't really have that same feeling as in Minecraft, for example, but it will come with time, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun when we just randomly encounter people, right? Because then you kind of don't have to take the time to go into Discord, and you might as well just write in the Minecraft chat if you just want to trade something. So I think that's really, really cool. But yeah, let me show you around right after I show you some of the beginning.
So, welcome. I feel so awkward. Okay, welcome to the new season, everyone.
Thank you.
I'm very happy the second season begins, and as always, there is what's the rules, Floof? I don't remember the rules. Is there something special? There's moss blocks, guys.
Yes,
I know that there's moss blocks.
let's share some special stuff. So if you find moss block, maybe just bone meal and give it away or something.
Yes.
Quite rare.
Share
I agree.
Share
Yeah, I
the
agree.
berries.
Come on.
Guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin the new season.
I don't know.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Oh, hello, Whitey.
Hello.
Look to the side.
What? Where
What?
are you? I went away.
Oh,
Okay.
I see you like standing here though.
What? Wait,
mean?
where? I'm in my boat. What?
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm in your boat. I'm in your boat.
Yeah, my boat is back. What?
No. I jumped in your
Are
boat.
you trolling with my internet shit?
I was trolling. I was behind you the whole time.
Oh.
Alright, now that you watched some of the early game, I feel like it's a good place to kind of work on the base a little bit more and show you kind of what I did in the progress, because you haven't even seen me build the house yet, and I want to show that later in the episode because I want to talk a little bit about the base before that as well. But let's just jump right into the first task I want to handle, and that's basically flattening an area for a field when people kind of use the road to get into my base. And it's like the first thing they see. I want to give them a little sneak peek of what I want to do with the future area, and I think it's going to be great, so let's just jump right into it. Alright, so as you can see behind me, it's kind of a rough terrain, and it has a lot of sand, which I don't really like. I want it to be a little bit reminiscent of the French landscape, so that could be like boulders and rocks in the landscape itself, but also just a lot of plains and grass, and I feel like the only thing I can really do is just completely destroy this area. It's kind of not a desert, it's a massive beach, and you know, I'm all about like the beach, you know, but this does not look like a beach to me. It's way too big. It goes up a hill even. So I'm not really sure what to think of the area so far. I'm probably just gonna end up removing all the sand here, and no, I'll make a little bit of a time lapse on that, and then you guys can enjoy that whilst I try and explain over the time lapse what my plans are with this area. Okay, so my plan for this area will be to make another field, and I kind of want to show you this image. It's an image from a Studio Ghibli movie, or like a short film actually. It's called Mr. Doe and the Egg Princess, and it's not like my favorite Ghibli movie, but it's one that I remember, and that's why I kind of got reminded of how they do like the landscape in that movie, because it's really reminiscent of what I actually want to do with my whole base. And that's why I want to kind of mimic the way that this picture has showcased like the landscape with the fields, and I have an idea on how to kind of like make it really cool. So removing all of the sand really opened up like my imagination of how the entrance could be for my area, and I think it's gonna be super cool when it's eventually done. Okay, so after clearing the beach, I actually got enough sand to purchase an elytra of one of the players on the server. So we're gonna visit Road, and he has just been to the end and actually managed to get quite a few of elytras. So we're gonna buy one with quite a bunch of sand here, and it's gonna be smooth sailing from now on. We do try and use the elytra as little as possible, and I'll stay true to that. Although I will use it in some circumstances when I just need to get somewhere quickly. It's just nice to have. I really hope you guys understand that. It's I'm gonna try my best to not abuse it, because it can be really tempting, and I do understand. So let's get our mule. Oh my god, what happened? Oh, what? Wait, what is going on here? Oh, thank you very much. And there you go, we have an elytra, and we can still see the outfit. So perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it. Okay, I think it's time I show you the time lapse of the starter base. So cue the music. So as you can see from some of the video as well, I have been teaming up with Keek, and it's been a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun actually, and I think it's just about the time that she moved on to do her thing, because she has a really cool project in mind, and it's not something I want to spoil yet, but when it's eventually done, I'm looking very much forward to showing you guys it. It's a very cool project, and I wish her the best of luck with that. I genuinely think it's gonna be cool, because she's very close by, and we can literally visit her using the nether very, very quickly. And you might be able to see her like walk in and out sometimes, because she'll be able to just, you know, grab some stuff, since this is basically what we'll share. And then I'll, of course, add my own stuff in it now that she has moved out, but that's besides the point. I feel like I don't really mind. I'm gonna put some diamonds in my ender chest eventually, and then we'll figure that out. But let's show you guys some more stuff here. So the general design of the vineyard is basically what I did in my videos. I did try and add a little bit more to it by adding some side pillars with the trapdoors, and then adding a little bit of depth, because these guys can become very straight if you don't add some variance to it. And you can even see here I didn't add any on this side, and that makes it a very, very kind of weird to look at from this angle, right? It looks amazing from the side though. I could just run around these fields forever. And that's why I also did like a diagonal one here. and that helps so much because when you look from the side, it's like kind of messy. You don't really get all of that stuff happening anymore, and you also have the opportunity to kind of play around a little bit with the height when they're a bit thicker, and that really helps out. So, oops, I did not mean to break both there, but for example, having some variation in height here and using some string, for example, to kind of limit the low barriers from reaching the bottom could help immensely with like a vineyard feel. I also kind of tried to make a little bit of variance in the fields here. So we have a wheat field. Beautiful. I love the colors so much. They did a great job with the texture on the wheat. And then we have the beetroot as well. And that's just amazing as well when it's fully grown. So you can kind of see how the red things are like spiking up from the earth. And it's going to look amazing when it's eventually all fully grown. But anyhow, I also want to talk a little bit more about the base, because right now it's pretty much of a mess as you saw before. We don't have a lot of interior, and I'm not sure if you heard the zombie, but that's not actually inside the house. That's because we have something underground. But I'll get to that just in a second. So this is kind of how I formatted the house so far. I didn't really divide it into rooms yet because I'm not really sure what I actually need. But I do need an enchanting table, and I just kind of place it here for now. I do want to make like a separate building for that, and I think I have an idea of what could kind of work out in like a theme that wouldn't really ruin the whole feel, if that makes sense. But I'm really happy with my starter house. I'm gonna add more houses in this area, so it's gonna become like a little village. And you know, we already got a mailbox, so everything is just so good right now. Alright, so I promised to show you the downstairs, and this has all been Keek's work. I think everything from the farm to the villagers, etc., has been her work, and we even have a honeycomb farm right here with the bees in it. And you know, just grabbing some honeycomb, making some candles, whatever you want. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I'll definitely be using this farm a lot, every now and then. It is really nice. And you know, there you go. I got almost 2 stacks of honeycomb from that. Crazy stuff. Then we have the room down here, which is a very basic villagers like breeder, I guess. Yeah. So right now we just have our librarians here. I need to zombify them so I can get some cheaper prices. And over here we have the trading hall, and it's just farmers that we can trade with for emeralds. We also have a few librarians here with some unbreaking stuff. Very good trades, and just the essentials for what we kind of want to get to make an efficient like way to earn some early diamonds. And I think that's very nice. We also have the place full of cats, so if you see them in like the edge of my screen somewhere, that it's because of our villagers underground. They just spawn everywhere. It's absolutely crazy. Anyways, we also have some mules here, and that's gonna be like the main means of transportation, I think, early game here, because we don't really go for elytras early. And I mean, those that do, they genuinely live further away, because everyone's so close to each other that it just feels more natural to follow like roads, for example, in this literal sense. And you know, the way I get the mules is I breed a very fast horse that I found with a donkey, and then you kind of have the perfect combination, right? So let me give you a showcase of how fast this horse is. Look at that. It is so fast, and I can literally be anywhere on the server like in a matter of a few minutes. It doesn't take any time whatsoever. I know that elytras are much faster, but come on. This is a really cool way to transport stuff. And you know, if I decide to get like a really fast mule, it just requires a little bit of luck, I guess. I could you know, transport extra stuff and eventually just like pile on with like shulker boxes or something inside of them. It's gonna be super cool. But as you can see here, we are just arriving at YT's base, and he's doing something underwater, which is really cool. His base is going to be inspired by Studio Ghibli. and I am not really gonna tell you more because I'm really curious as to what he's actually planning on doing first. But I think it's a and as you can see over there, he's slowly starting to do stuff, and you know, I'll be back later and check out what he has been up to because that's a really cool start so far to the season. I just want to show you the length of the road that I'm actually going on here, and it's pretty far. I'm not gonna lie. I placed a lot of dirt. As you can see here, we have it going all the way over here, and then it ends. And there's a base about 100 blocks that way, so they're gonna continue the path from here. I kind of promised I'd do it to about here, so we could link up, and I think it works out really well. So the way I wanted to do it was, of course, trying to keep it like pretty and thin like the terrain, and that's why I just didn't really do like a crossing here, because I kind of prefer to keep it natural and try and find like the low areas of the water to kind of make it a little bit more realistic that someone has built like a path like right on top of the low parts of the water, right? So here, for example, you would have to place blocks very far down, and it's also to kind of help me out to not place too many blocks down in deep ocean. And I think it worked out pretty well. It's only kind of this spot that's gonna be a pain, because as you can see over here, I already did it, and this was not that far down, and it was really hard to do. Anyways, you get to see the base here in the nighttime, and people are already sleeping, so it should be day in just a second. There you go. But yeah, that's the base so far. I want to make some more paths. I want to make some more stuff. I am really happy with the progress so far. I want to tell you guys about a bummer that I did. So we were kind of trying to get some cheaper prices on the villagers, but I also wanted to get some mules, and what I ended up doing was using golden apples for the breeding of the horses, and then I realized that you could use golden carrots. So I think I wasted about a stack of golden ingots, and they're very valuable early on when you need to like diminish the waste of product from your farms when you like want to farm emeralds. And you know, that's an oopsie on my part. I definitely need to rethink my strategy here, but I wish I had done that before, and you know, just kind of Google it, because sometimes Google can really save you, and I'm just gonna keep that in mind from now on. If I ever have like a question, you know, just hit up Google. Okay, so I finally squeezed in some time to work on the wheat field, and apologize if I sound a little bit tired. I basically am doing this really late in the day, so let's check it out with a couple time lapses here of the wheat field, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just want to say a few things before we end this episode, but first and foremost, thank you so much for reaching the end. I know it's a pretty long episode, so I'm glad that you took the time to watch till the end, and I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I want to end the episode with a couple of shots of the place, so you can kind of get a look of what I've been working on all together and how it kind of works into each other. And, you know, I think it will look cool, and it's a nice memory to just kind of look at the end of the video, and then I can kind of see what I did that episode. So I feel like we should do that for the next couple ones as well, so we can kind of see the progress very easily. And, you know, if you don't have a lot of time one day, you could just skip to the end of the episode.